Hello and welcome to Glendale's Got Game Super Bowl 49. I'm Julie Waters. What a time it has been for the city of Glendale as all eyes around the world are focused right here. Within 1 week, Glendale hosted its first ever Pro Bowl. DirecTV threw an amazing music and food festival with some of the hottest names in the business. And the Glendale Chocolate Affair celebrated 20 years of sweet treats with a super street football theme. All of that led to the biggest sporting event and most watched TV show of the year, Super Bowl 49, between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. Don't have a ticket? No worries. We have your front row seat from right here in Glendale.
Well, first of all, it gives me a great honor and great pleasure to welcome DirecTV Super Fan Festival here to the City of Glendale.
This is our Super Saturday night venue. This is the structure that we're building first. We really wanted to get something that we felt we were part of the community and we could be like the biggest thing in the community. In October of 2013, I started doing my searching of venues for DirecTV, and we looked up in Scottsdale and Phoenix, and I drove by this site once and I met with the owners of the property, the Pendergrass family. You know, not often do you find something in this proximity to the major market. I don't know, what do we have, 1.6, 1.8 million people in a vicinity here, and to be that close to the stadium. And then the local support has just been amazing since we've met.
It's going to be a lot of fun over the course of the 3 days with the Superfan Festival. Starting Wednesday with Zach Brown Band performing on Wednesday night. Thursday night we have Calvin Harris, one of the most famous DJs in the world. And then Friday night the festival will culminate with Imagine Dragons and Snoop Dogg playing together. And on Saturday night, where we are right now, we'll go inside for our Super Saturday Night Party with our guests to be announced later in the year.
I am personally excited because this event is creating short-term jobs right here in the community.
All of our crew is hired locally. All of our guests from out of town, the working crew that are coming in will be staying in the city of Glendale. During our 3-day Superfan Festival, our food trucks and our food and beverage are all from the local market. So all of the consumption of food and beverage that week will be going back into the local economy.
The thing I like best about this is there's no cost to our city for this event, no cost whatsoever. But the city will make revenue in areas like the community development fees, the plan reviews, inspections, and permitting. Plus there will be a revenue from sales tax for tickets and food and beverages.
We developed this event for the fan in the local community to feel like they're part of Super Bowl week. And then we've expanded the program. Typically it all took place in 1 day. We've expanded the program to 3 days to allow more fans to be part of it. So you're going to get 4 concerts per day for $99. It's a great buy.
I just want everybody to have an unbelievable time. We want them to enjoy the hotels, we want them to enjoy the restaurants, we want them to enjoy our event. We want them to walk away feeling like this was one of the best events they've ever been to.
The economic impact that is created from the sale of these goods, merchandise, and services is significant to our economy, but it is our responsibility to prevent our citizens and our visitors here during the Super Bowl activities from being victims of counterfeit merchandise.
None of this would be possible with one agency. So the regional cooperation between the local, state, and federal agencies is essential. We are part of the task force that culminated with what you see displayed here today. Counterfeiting is not only a problem for the NFL, but it affects the individuals and it affects our local communities.
As a result of our joint efforts over the last year, the law enforcement community in the Valley has seized more than $850,000 of MSRP value counterfeit goods. The counterfeit goods are not just NFL licensed merchandise, but we've seized everything from sports apparel to designer clothing, videos, counterfeit smartphones, and electronic products along the way. HSI agents and our law enforcement counterparts will be working throughout the Valley to identify and seize counterfeit merchandise and Super Bowl tickets. In coordination with the NFL, HSI agents and our law enforcement partners will effect seizures to protect NFL fans and consumers who come here to visit the Valley and enjoy the Super Bowl and the Pro Bowl.
If you're buying them from a store, you want to buy them from a reputable source or that are sponsored by the NFL. And those places are either going to be in a sporting goods store or they're going to be at the game. If you see people on the side of the street selling goods, you see pop-up tents at different events, those are probably not licensed merchandise from the NFL. So you always want to buy from a reputable source. As far as tickets, there's the NFL Ticket Exchange, and you want to go through Ticketmaster. Buyer beware, you don't want to buy tickets on the side of the road to the Super Bowl because they probably are not real. Some of the things they may not be aware of, because counterfeiting goods, people who do this are really good at it. So there's a lot of jerseys, clothing, even the tickets look like real tickets. So we want people to be aware of how to combat this. And fans are our first line of defense. They're the ones who are going to see this. And when they see it, we want them to say something and do something about it.
I promise. To do little things every day. To help the environment.
We are grateful to have a partnership and the support of the NFL. Glendale was one of the few cities selected to receive a Super Bowl 49 forestry grant. And today we'll be planting new trees and gleaning citrus fruits that will be donated to a local food bank. This is a part of the Super Bowl 49 efforts to build a green legacy in Arizona.
1, 2, 3. There we go.
This event is the culmination of 2 decades of working on environmental projects at NFL. We started back in 1993 with a little recycling project in the Georgia Dome, and now it's turned into this just comprehensive program of activities that we do around Super Bowl.
A lot of these trees, the citrus trees and whatnot, were planted between 1890 and maybe 1920 in that period of time. Well, they've reached the end of their lifespan, so coming back in now with the donations from the NFL and the volunteers who are doing the work to replace the trees will carry us into the future for another 50, 60, 70 years.
I'm very excited to be with Mayor Stanton this morning to talk about the incredible public safety planning and coordination that's occurred over literally the last year in preparation for Super Bowl 49, which will be held in my city, Glendale, Arizona, in just a little over 3 weeks. In fact, 25 days from now, if you can imagine that. This is Glendale's second time hosting the Super Bowl, and we are continuing the successes of the 2008 Super Bowl by applying lessons learned as well as taking advantage of new capabilities. Now, I am 100% confident in stating that Super Bowl 49 will be the safest, most successful Super Bowl yet. I can't tell you what the score is going to be, but I can tell you it's going to be a safe game. Super Bowl 49 events will be unprecedented security measures with state-of-the-art public safety technologies. And really incredible technologies that are available to us today that weren't a few years ago. Glendale Public Safety is one of the leaders in a coalition of over 40 different law enforcement agencies and public safety agencies, along with hundreds of strategic partners that have combined their efforts to ensure the public safety during the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl related events. The Glendale City Council and I have been fully briefed recently regarding the planning and public safety operations related to the Super Bowl, and I couldn't be more impressed with the level of coordination and the preparedness that has happened at this point. I'm extremely proud of the men and the folks that have worked, that have dedicated so much time here lately to the public safety field. These folks behind me, right behind me, have put into ensuring the public safety, and that's the thing I really want to emphasize, for the folks that will be coming to our state from around the world, around the country, and even our own citizens of the Super Bowl events. The single most important public safety message that we can convey to our residents and visitors is if you see something, say something. That's critically important. If you see something, say something. Watching out for safety is a shared responsibility that everyone must be diligent in reporting suspicious activity. This includes being vigilant for threats observed on social media and other online forums. And probably most importantly, I just want to encourage the public and visitors of Arizona to join the City of Glendale in sharing with our excitement of a safe and secure Super Bowl. And they can visit, here's my message now, my advertisement. They can visit glendale.gotgame.com for more information. But with that, Mayor Stanton, thanks so much for helping put this thing together.
Thank you for your partnership very much.
So, Jerry, I'd love to present you with 2 Super Bowl tickets. We hope you enjoy the game, and thank you for being such a gracious host.
Thank you so much.
Last night, I heard about it for the first time. Someone was explaining to the story that how could the mayor of Glendale not be able to get tickets for the Super Bowl when he's the most gracious host in the world, you know, helping the greatest game in the world, and we thought we'd step up and present him 2 tickets, Modell's.
What my wife and I are going to do is we're going to write a check for the value of the tickets, and we will donate that to the Shriners Transportation Fund, which is a charity that I've been working on now for 10 years. And it's something that helps these children, whether they have brittle bone disease or cleft palate, or if they pull some hot oil off the stove when they're burnt. If the parents cannot afford to take care of that child, the Shriners provide 100% total hospitalization, surgeries, whatever it takes. And I'm very honored to be part of the Shriners organization.
The Glendale Media Center is in the hub of Glendale Sports and Entertainment District, and it's just steps from the University of Phoenix Stadium. During Super Bowl 49, we had a partnership with Pepsi where they had a window wrap up on Glendale's Media Center. But right after the Super Bowl, that Pepsi sign came down and our Glendale's Got Game window wrap went up. Super Bowl 49 is now one for the history books, but its legacy carries on as Glendale continues to be in the international spotlight for large-scale mega events. For years to come, visitors and residents will be reminded in a big way that Glendale's got game.
For more than a year, hundreds of City of Glendale employees have worked behind the scenes to prepare for Super Bowl 49. And on game day, it is all hands on deck to make sure the day is safe and enjoyable.
Alan to Mike. This is the Central Operations Center for Traffic Control.
Hey Greg, next on my checklist is the dynamic message signs.
It's about 9:45 on Super Bowl Sunday morning. The staff is really excited. Everybody's very enthusiastic and excited to be here. This is D-Day. We've been working on this plan for about a year or a little more.
Whole lot, which is in the red. Thanks.
There was an incident with a damaged piece of equipment right under that cone. So with the staffing that we have on hand right now, we have the ability to do a rapid repair. So what's happened was there was a pull box lid that was damaged. It was kind of crushed. And so what we did was call one of our staff members out to go get a replacement lid, and they're going out to replace it so there's no trip hazards. That's the kind of repair work that we're able to execute immediately. And something that happened to us this morning is we were surprised with fog. So we have all this fog surrounding our area and our theater of operation. We weren't really expecting that.
The lot at COG will be opened up soon. It'll be opened up early, on their way.
Here's one of our challenges. Okay, so we're rolling into the heart of the venue. We just turned south on 95th Avenue from Glendale, and this is the main corridor coming into the stadium arena area. What we've done is we've basically expedited our traffic control plans a little earlier than the initially scheduled. All the parking lots are opening at 10 a.m., which is in 15 minutes. We've opened some of those lots earlier because the vehicles are staging earlier. The fog is playing a bit of an issue for us. It's more difficult to see the vehicle-pedestrian conflict, so we're opening the lots earlier, and we've expedited the heavier ingress travel plans or traffic plans on the controllers. I hope that the people, when they drive away from here, I hope they think they had a great time. I hope they want to come back to Glendale for another event, whether it's a Cardinals or a downtown event. I hope they leave here with a smile on their face, having a great time, with a pleasant experience. So if they talk about traffic, hopefully they say it was good and efficient. That's what we hope for.
I'm Walter Fix. I'm the airport administrator at Glendale Municipal Airport. Well, Glendale is one of 6 Valley general aviation reliever airports, and we provide a place for corporate aircraft to come and go during events and year-round. We're fortunate to have an air traffic control tower like the other Valley reliever airports. Our mission is to get them in and get them out. Originally, 89 total aircraft from Thursday through Monday were going to arrive, and that includes the ones that arrive and then drop people off and go, and then come back.
Feels more like one of those coastal cities this morning as a thick fog rolling in from the East Valley.
Today, we had 45 scheduled, and it looks like about half of those are going to be able to make it in here.
At one point, the National Weather Service warning it could push visibility down to 0.
With the fog, we had rain 2 days and then fog this morning, making it difficult, and it's the airspace that gets congested valley-wide. The fog itself, most of these aircraft can fly instrument to a certain point.
That's right, especially when you consider the fog early this morning too. It is bad everywhere, guys.
We were hoping it would burn off at 10-ish, but it looks like it's going to take a little bit longer than that in these lower-lying areas. I mean, whether it's the airspace or on the ground, once the planes get here, safety is first and foremost. That in the aviation business is on everyone's mind. We have a certain amount of apron to park planes, and everyone will get to where they need to go, whether it's in the air, on the ground, or then the ground transportation over to the stadium. So I think everyone, with conditions like this especially, is more patient. Looks like a good thing. I'm going to say in an hour we're going to be in much better condition.
Reporting live from Glendale, Arizona, site of the Super Bowl, I'm JP Murrieta, KOB Eyewitness Sports 4.
We've been planning this for 18 months for the day to finally be here and be able to put our training into play. It's an exciting event for us. We have well over 100 members, firefighters, EMTs, paramedics, hazmat, and technical rescue technicians. Go west, and you go to the left. We already have fire trucks already staged within the footprint because you can see with the crowd and the traffic restrictions, it's going to be a tough deal to get a fire truck in here as we have to create a fire department within a fire department. We also have our ASAPs, what are known to most people as mini ambulance. They're able to have 2 people in the front as well as 2 paramedics in the back with the patient. We have a total of 8 segways, which have paramedics on them that's able to elevate them above the crowd so they're able to see better, and they're also able to navigate the crowds better as well. Inside the stadium, we're going to have our normal medical calls that we have. Most are minor in nature, which is a great thing. Handing out Band-Aids, ice packs. We do have several chest pains per game. Here, we're going to see 2 to 3 times the amount of people outside of the stadium that are inside the stadium because they want to be in the environment. They want to experience being at the Super Bowl. The thing that's different about this Super Bowl versus the last one is that we are experienced in this. We've been here before, we've done this. And so having an experienced staff that's already been through this, the planning process went a lot smoother.
We've also reached out to some of the small businesses.
In the entire city, 70% of the employees that are still here were around for the last Super Bowl. So it just made everything seamless between all the departments, which I think was different than last Super Bowl.
And then 2 weeks after that, we're going to do another tabletop exercise.
Another difference for this Super Bowl versus last is that we are now a Type 3 incident management team. And what that means is that there's been a great effort between the fire department and the police department, as well as the other city departments, to come together and get through different classes on a national level to be able to be prepared to handle any incident that may arise.
It's a great morning. It's a big day. It's finally here. Except for the fog, it's a great morning.
Visibility is just a deterrence, flat out. We want to deter anybody from doing anything stupid. So you're going to have SWAT officers with all of their tactical gear, as well as long guns, very visible, which hasn't been done in previous years. You're going to have officers dressed just like I am in normal clothing at each of the checkpoints and throughout the stadium, and then all over the footprint. They're wandering the parking lots, guys on bicycles, guys on motorcycles, trying to be as visible as they can. It's looking like it's filling up with ticket scalpers down on that end of it.
A lot of security, a lot of police, dogs and stuff. Very good.
I feel safe.
Right now the majority of the people are inside already. They've gone through the scanners. They're in the stadium. We're less than an hour for kickoff. The temporary flight restrictions in effect, so you'll see Customs Blackhawks and other enforcement helicopters up. We've had no big incidents so far. We've had a lot of people calling in suspicious things. We've got as many people working as we can. We've still got plenty of people on the street to serve the citizens, and we've got huge partnerships with federal, state, and local agencies. Well over 40, 50 agencies out here supporting us today. It's truly not just a valley-wide thing, but a statewide support.
Right here in our hometown.
We're all here.
You proud?
Yeah, it's great to do this. It's exciting. It's been a lot of work, but it's great to be part of an event like this.
So Dan, how's it going today?
It's going really well. It's very busy, but we're very well coordinated. We have people on the outside perimeter, on the inside, and we have multiple walking teams walking around the stadium, people on the field, and a few first aid rooms, so it's going real well.
Any serious injuries, issues, mostly?
Most of them are alcohol related. We did have a couple people with high blood pressure. We've transported a few. We've had, I think right now we've had about 38 patients right up till kickoff, so hopefully it'll slow down now because people are watching the game.
Of having such a strong presence here on a day like this with Glendale Fire, plus all your brothers and sisters in public safety? What's the whole purpose from your perspective?
Well, I think it's so everybody feels safe. There's a lot of things going around the world right now with active shooters, stuff like that, when there's a big group of people like this getting together. So we want us to have a strong presence so people know we're here. They see us everywhere they're walking around, they feel safe, and things are going to get taken care of.
And there's been a lot of training and background.
A lot of training.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that. Thousands of hours, probably.
Well, thousands of hours, every aspect, and the whole place has been sweeped by our hazmat team, and everybody's been going to class and meetings. There's been a lot going on.
You proud today? Is this a day to be proud for the city of Glendale?
Absolutely.
Why?
Just because we're being represented all over the world. It's one of the busiest days on TV, most watched sports event on TV, so we're very proud. A lot of people don't want to go to the hospital because they don't want they pay a lot of money for the tickets.
Right.
So we're doing everything we can to keep them at the game. But of course, if it's a serious issue, we have ambulances here. There's a hospital right across the street.
Right.
Some people we transport even before the game started, hours before the game, and they're able to get back here to the game and get checked out at the hospitals.
Bottom line is you're prepared.
Oh, absolutely. We've got every angle covered.
I wasn't sure if the fog was going to lift at all, you know, and luckily it did. There's not a single cloud in the sky, and it's just going to be an awesome day for an awesome Super Bowl, that's for sure.
It's the Super Bowl. Is there anything bigger?
I think it's pretty nice. The weather should not be a factor in this game.
We go to Coyotes games whenever we're down here. I absolutely love it. I think this whole strip is beautiful. They're totally set up for our Super Bowl, ready to go, ready for the Seahawks to win. And I don't know, I love it. I love the atmosphere. People are happy, friendly, smiles everywhere.
Great environment, great atmosphere, just fired up for the game. Just feeling the energy, feeling the excitement. Couldn't sleep last night, was just ready for today.
Tickets, and we decided to sell them to pay for my daughter's private school tuition next year.
Everything else earlier was going for $8,000, $9,000 a piece. No thanks. Just as fun right here. Nothing can be better than this.
Fresh waffles. Okay.
We are very happy about the location. Westgate is one of the best places to be in the West Valley, in the Phoenix Valley, period.
I think the Seahawks are deflated.
That was the most incredible game I've ever seen in my life. I'm still shaking. I won't be sleeping tonight, that's for sure.
We are the beast of the NFL, New England Patriots.
Awesome. It was the best game ever.
My friend. Amazing.
I have no fingernails left.
And well worth
With
it.
20 seconds left of the game, I have no fingernails left.
How was your experience at this Super
Awesome.
Bowl?
The Patriots won. We love it.
How did the City of Glendale do with this Super Bowl? Oh, perfect. No problem.
Yeah, great.
Go Hawks.
Fantastic. Yeah. Surreal ending, but you know what? I'm not going to say the best team won, but you know what? They were opportunistic and they took it when they could.
It looks like they made out well. They should have another Super Bowl.
It was great. It was a beautiful, just a great experience, and we're just happy to come out on top.
Best game I've ever seen in my entire life.
Really? How do you think Glendale did as a host?
Oh, I've been here before for the Super Bowl. It's the best place for the Super Bowl, other than New Orleans, sorry.
Glendale was amazing for us. Great hosts and an even better result.
I'd come here every year for the Super Bowl.
It was really exciting. It was a great game, a lot of energy, really great crowd.
Where are you from?
Here,
How did Glendale do today?
thumbs up. It was really good.
Best Super Bowl ever.
Well, folks, we've come to the end of our show and the end of Glendale's second Super Bowl. It's another chapter in the Glendale history book. On behalf of the City of Glendale, thanks for watching Glendale's Got Game Super Bowl 49. I'm Julie Waters. See you again soon.